Good morning. It is bright and early, 7 a.m. Today I have a day trip to see some castles in Romania. I don't know exactly where. All I know is I'm seeing two castles and one being the famous Dracula's castle. So I'm excited, but I don't know if it's going to be a van or a bus depending on how many people is going to pick me up at a hotel like a couple blocks from here, so I have to walk there. Yeah, just excited for the day to explore some castles. I am on the bus, ready to go to Transylvania for the day. The first castle of the day, Peles Castle, and it was about a 2-hour drive from Bucharest. Just got the ticket. Tickets aren't included in the price, which is fine. And on the way here, learned a bunch about Romanian history, and Romania is actually a relatively new country. It became a country in 1918, so just over 100 years. It just seems very young for Romania. The building of Peles Castle began in 1873 and finished in 1883. The castle served as a summer residence for the royal family until 1947. It's around 3,200 square meters or 34,000 square feet, with 168 rooms and 30 bathrooms. Many of the rooms have dedicated themes and styles from different world cultures. Each room we walked through was extremely decked out in the most lavish and fanciest way possible. There were so many little details that I would have missed if the guide hadn't pointed them out to us. The two things that I loved the most were the wood carvings and the paintings. The wood carvings were so detailed and intricate, they were just amazing to see in person. And the paintings, some were in frames, but most of them were painted right onto the wall, like as wallpaper. Also, one random fact, Peles Castle was the first European castle to have electricity. Well, leaving Peles Castle, it's really interesting. We had a guided tour and learned a lot about Romania and the Four Kings. It was their summer castle, so they only went there during the summer. It has 160 separate rooms and 30 bathrooms. Obviously, we didn't go through all of them. We just hit the highlights. That's a huge castle, and like most castles that I've seen and been to, it's very detailed and very in-depth. Lots of like paintings and sculptures. Very beautiful. And that one specifically had a lot of wood carvings. The ride from Peles Castle to Bran's Castle, also known as Dracula's Castle, was a pretty bumpy ride through the mountains, where our guide gave us a backstory regarding the local myth. The original author and inventor of Dracula, Bram Stoker, never actually visited the castle, and although Dracula is a fictional character, it is modeled after a real-life villain, Vlad III Dracula. The castle was built in the 1300s and was built for the purpose of defending Transylvania's borders, as well as a defense position for the war against the Ottoman Empire. Inside, there are over 60 rooms with narrow, winding stairways leading to them. I climbed so many stairs, it was exhausting. I swear you couldn't go a few feet without encountering a staircase. Today, Bran's Castle is a well-visited tour destination with close to 1 million people visiting every year. To me, it was definitely overhyped and a tourist trap, but it was fun to visit. So a couple things have happened since I last spoke. So we went from Peles Castle to Bran Castle, or aka Dracula's castle, and the bus ride was zigzagging through the mountains to get on the other side of the mountains, and I actually got a little car sick. Like, I was feeling very nauseous. I had to like close my eyes and drink lots of water, which was weird. I've never been like nauseous before on a car ride. Another thing is, Dracula's castle is super cool and super old, but very touristy. It's very narrow and crowded in there. I don't think I got a lot of good videos because of how many people and how tight the spaces were. I did like a quick run through of the inside. It's not as I would have pictured it. I didn't look at pictures before this, but it wasn't like I thought it was going to be. It's smaller in person. And even though the person that wrote Dracula had never been to Romania and visited this castle, they sure capitalized on it. Like, inside the castle they have like little scare traps and holograms of Ghost and Dracula. It's kind of funny, but it's cool to see. It's only like $8 to go inside. But now I can check it off. Item that I didn't know I had on my bucket list, but it's off of it now. And another thing is, the ceilings were very low in the castle, and I hit my head so hard, like I might have cried a little bit. It still hurts. I have now like a little bit of a headache. I didn't even see it. I just smacked straight into the wall. It is raining pretty hard. I do not have a rain jacket or an umbrella. So part of the tour, on top of the two castles, we got to do a walking tour of Brasov, which is the second busiest city in Romania. And it was really cool, and it would have been a deeper walking tour if it wasn't raining. But we have an hour of free time to kill before we start heading back to Bucharest for the evening. I'm back. My goodness, it was a long way back. It took just over 3.5 hours. It was sitting in traffic for like an hour, the weather, and then driving. Crazy bus ride back. Today was a very, very go, but fun day. Got to see two castles and explore Brasov, which is again the second biggest town outside of Bucharest. So that was really cool, and got to learn a lot about Romanian history. I had a really great day, and it was like super cheap. I think the total cost came out to under $50 or around $50 for tickets into the place and the tour, which is the cheapest tour that I've taken so far, so that's fantastic. I just grabbed some quick fast food that I'm gonna have right now. It's about 9:15, and then go to bed because I'm exhausted.